Hi everybody, it's Eva. My name's Eva Milekovic from SA Portable Long Service Leave. I've got Mandy again, our operations manager. I'll just give it another minute and then we'll get started. Okay, so welcome everyone and thanks for joining us today. My name's Eva. I'd like to begin by acknowledging the traditional owners of the land on which we meet today. Today I'm on Karuna land and I pay my respects to Karuna people and also pay my respects to elders past, present and emerging. I extend the respect to all Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people with us today. So this session is all about helping you confidently complete and submit your second quarterly return. Some of you have already completed your first and onto your second, which is fantastic. The return document is available in your employer portal if you haven't yet completed it and submitted it. One thing to remember, if you haven't registered your eligible workers as yet, the form will not have been able to pre-populate those eligible workers. I'll talk about that in a few minutes. I don't think we'll use up the whole hour today. Let's see how we go. We'll walk you through each step of the processes, explain what information you need to have ready, and highlight some of the common questions and mistakes. By the end of the session, you'll know exactly how to complete your second quarterly return. The scheme officially started last year on the 1st of October. First quarterly reports have already been completed and now we're on to our second. So the second one is 1st of January to 31st of March, with the levy payment due the 21st of April, and that's right around the corner. So employer obligations. So once you're set up, registered, and your eligible workers are uploaded, your main ongoing task is to complete a quarterly return. These returns are pretty straightforward. They're generated automatically in the employer portal and are due by the 21st day after the end of each quarter. So for example, we're in the January to March return, so that's due on the 21st of April. The same pattern continues throughout the year. When you submit your return, the system will automatically generate an invoice for the levy. The invoice is due on the same day as the return, so you can complete both in one go. Once your workers are registered, your ongoing task is to complete a quarterly return. Towards the end of each quarter, you'll receive an email advising return is available for you to complete. The return link will be available in your employer portal. As you can see on the dashboard on this slide, if you haven't registered your workers before now, the form will be empty. There are a couple of options for you. When you register all your eligible workers as part of the worker registration process, our team will be able to add those workers to the returns form for you. Or the alternative is you can register all of your eligible workers via the worker bulk upload spreadsheet. We will then process the registration at our end to add them to your employer profile. Then if you go to the return, you can select Add Existing Worker and add them to the return one by one. So it is up to you. You'll need to report your workers' weeks worked and how much you paid them for that period. The system will guide you through it. It's designed to be quick and familiar. When you submit your return, the system automatically generates an invoice for the levy and payment is due by the 21st day after that quarter has ended, as mentioned earlier. For this second period, return and levy payment is due on the 21st of April. Let's take a look through the quarterly return step-by-step video. Now, this video is also on our homepage, and we're hoping this recording will be recorded and you'll be able to watch it again. Let's play the video. Great. It's not shown in this video. You can upload timesheets for any workers who did not work or take paid leave for at least one shift per week during the reporting period, preferably in a spreadsheet format. You can include only workers who worked at least one shift or all workers if it's easier. This ensures correct payment when workers claim long service leave. Okay, ordinary weekly pay and meaning of remuneration. So I just want to touch on OWP. For service accrued after the scheme started, because it's important, everyone has the same understanding. OWP is simply the amount used to work out what a worker gets paid when they take long service leave. It's not based on their current rate alone, it's calculated as an average of what they've earned each week over the past 3 years. And that average covers all their service. So if a worker has been employed by several organisations in that time, their OWP reflects earnings across all employers and all return periods recorded in the scheme. Now let's look at remuneration because it's directly linked to both the levy and ordinary weekly pay. Remuneration is basically the gross payments made to a worker for their work. That includes ordinary wages, regular allowances, and other standard payments. It doesn't include one-off bonuses or reimbursements, just the payments that reflect their regular work. This is what we use to calculate both the levy you pay and the worker's average weekly pay for long service leave. Keeping this distinction clear helps avoid errors in reporting and ensures everyone's records are accurate. The regulations, which are released in July 2025, specifically talk about OWP and remuneration and what's excluded and what's included. So ordinary weekly pay and meaning. When calculating the levy, there are clear rules on what's included and excluded from an employee's ordinary pay. Let's start with what is included. Here on the slide, you'll see the list of inclusions and that catch-all. That includes anything that is not listed as an exclusion. So looking at this list, you can see annual leave, sick leave, carer's leave, parental leave, compassionate, casual loading, penalty rates, weekend, late nights, broken shift, sleepover, days off for public holidays, roster day off, payments for salary packaging or salary sacrifice, workers' compensation, first aid, payment for stand down, in capitals, any other payment not excluded. Now let's cover what's excluded from the levy calculation. These payments do not count towards the 2.2% levy. Annual leave loading, parental leave, superannuation, reimbursements, overtime or hours paid at overtime rates, unused or hours paid at overtime rates, unused time off paid in lieu, bonuses, payment on retirement, fares, travel allowance, payments made. Let's talk about how workers claim long service leave. Workers who have completed at least 120 months of service can either take time off or request a cash payment instead. Leave must be claimed in whole calendar days, with a minimum of 1 week per claim. Workers submit their application through the worker portal, but the leave won't be paid until the employer approves the time off. The standard rule is that workers should apply 2 months in advance, but you can agree to a shorter notice period if needed. Payments are generally made the week after the leave starts, so the worker has access to their pay on time. If a worker leaves the community services sector after at least 84 months of service, they can receive a pro rata payment for the long service leave they're accrued. Now let's look at transitional provisions. This is about service a worker accrued before the scheme started on the 1st of October 2025. Any continuous service with an employer before that date carries over into the scheme. That means it counts towards portable long service leave entitlements. However, if a worker leaves before reaching 7 years with the employer, the service that they had before October 2025 is lost. On the other hand, if a worker stays for 7 or more years, the employer becomes liable for a payment for long service leave accrued before the scheme started. The rate of pay for service accrued before the scheme is calculated under the Long Service Leave Act 1987. So it reflects the old rules, not the scheme's current average weekly pay calculation. Finally, let's talk briefly about compliance. Our approach is very simple. We're here to provide support and guidance, not to issue penalties. The goal is to help you understand your obligations under the scheme and make it easy to meet them. If any issues come up, we work together with employers to resolve them. One practical thing you can do to make life easier is to keep clear records and documentation of registrations, returns, and payroll calculations. That helps you and it helps us if questions arise. It keeps everything straightforward for everyone. So special mention, the State Long Service Leave Report. This is a one-off report. This is for the pre-scheme information before the 1st of October. This is completely separate, so don't get it mixed up. We're hoping that you've all completed that already. If not, you're welcome to ask some questions at the end. So supports available. So we know there's a lot to know and learn, but we're here to help. There are toolkits and guides on our website that walk you through registration, worker setup, returns and levy payments. We also have run webinars which we have recorded and are available to watch from our website. For quick answers, there's fact sheets, page covers most common questions. And if you need a bit more help, our customer service team is here. They're a phone call or email away. So the key message is you're not on your own. There are multiple ways to get support whenever you need it. So thanks again for your time today and for your interest in the rollout of the portable long service leave scheme. To stay up to date, you're welcome to scan the QR code. You can visit our website, you can email us, please follow us on LinkedIn or Facebook, you can call us, we're here to help. So my name is Eva. As a communication engagement officer, it is my job to go out and I'm happy to speak to teams, help you as needed. We've got a great team here working and trying to help everyone. So this is the quickest presentation webinar I've ever completed. Happy to answer any question and I've got Mandy here also to answer any questions. Okay, well that was nice and easy. Well, thank you very much, everybody. Feel free to reach out, find me on LinkedIn. Feel free to call or email, and thank you very much for your time today. Thank you.